And welcome back to the Greatest Attorney Chronicles. Picking up where we left off in Mr. Roylott's cabin, which is after we just revealed E. Oh, we don't have her profile updated yet. Nikolina Pavlova. No, I am not Grimsby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which couldn't have been easy. The Buddha is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could you really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well enough alone. So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. Like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. It has been a while, so we did hear a scream, I suppose, when he busted down the door. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man. I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. Is that why you screamed? I was so frightened. I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? Probably not. There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew. Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night. Yes, all right. I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Wasn't it something? Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. At least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yes? What? Observe your wrists. Ah! Your hands are cuffed again. What? But, how? True to my word, I've restored your shackles. When? And why? quick hands, Mr. Holmes. There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Can it? Really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what that speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was. Let's talk. So what happened last night? Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh! That's why we were trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking. Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done, and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. We'll come back to that, perhaps. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget? A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder. That the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water. And we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself? Yes. And the crew of the ship, they have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo? Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I totally see it. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but, well said, Mr. Naruhodo. Tell me about this mysterious conundrum this creates. Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Burya stopped by no port last night. Ah, that's it, of course! So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? Good question. Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. Just after we asked him about when the occupants of this cabin came aboard. Stroganoff, that is not your business. Yeah, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens. bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry? What was that? It is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here, too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I could never resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. Our genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, in fact. Naturally. Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. Are we going to come back to that, then? Your friend. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board, according to the rules of passage. Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious... Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah! Oh no. So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. Please, protect her. Please, protect this poor girl. What sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? Maybe an adorable little rabbit? Oh my god, that shaky cat. Ah! You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there, then? You may well ask. I have no idea. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs. When adversity strikes, you can satisfy the needs of substance. So, you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. Oh, Sholmes? Oh. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. God, I love little touches in animation here. Yeah. What can I show her? Can I show her this? Back. Little band? Oh, I want to go present. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. Looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? The ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see? It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean anything to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No. I don't know anything. John Cena face. Are you sure about that? Oh. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Yes? What? Wow, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once. Please. All right. I will come now. What? You must leave. Now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott. Get out! The ambassador said out. Or you want me to throw you out? Oh, looks like we'll have to leave investigating this probe until later. What a pity. Haven't quite run, So we lost our chance. Still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. We were unceremoniously chased out. As to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. Oh. Well then. Alright, Arthur, gonna go next. Nikolina. Ah, that poor girl. Just urge to protect. Max level. I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that. We should manage to find some clues to what that speckled band might be. We didn't manage to investigate at all. I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door. He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? What happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Oh, yes, he's completely disappeared. When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. Suppose. My door leads to the second-class area. Oh, it's the same. It's locked. I can't open it. No, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape. Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. Oh, that's the same. That's the same. Big new, for example. I really wish we'd had a chance to look around in Miss Pavlova's cabin. But, why you look like that? You want something? Maybe you want me to throw you out again, Oh, no, definitely not that. Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend winter. Understand? Understand. Understand. Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san. Fair enough. Thank you, Mr. Stroganoff. Goodbye. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin. Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's. Sorry? Oh. Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin. You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? Small's the wardrobe I've been calling home. Anyway. I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga has managed to uncover any new clues. Yes, we should probably find him and ask. Good idea. Hosonaga. What's up, pal? where's our other guy? It looks like they're still investigating in here. Yes, on that subject. I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed. What do you mean unscathed? Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of the cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you. Oh. Yes. I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. Never know. I do love this investigation theme. There he is. Oh, he's looking kinda bloody over there. You! Where did you go? Oh, sorry, I just went to the next door cabin to investigate. Why? Who gave you permission for this? Well, Seaman Hosonaga did. That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into a ball and throw him in courtroom. Sorry, Hosonaga. Whew, he's gone back to guarding the door. I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account. He's really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? When I get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak at La Carnival. That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san. Okay. All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin neatly arranged on the shelf. They were all over the place when we first looked around, if you remember. Oh yeah, and you tidied them up, didn't you? You have to look after the ship's property. Unruly behavior in the cabin leads to damage. It wasn't me who knocked them over. Anyway, I feel much better now that they're neatly lined up. I can't relax when things are untidy. I feel you there. What else can we... Before we talk to Hosonaga, so it's clear that these letters were written with the ink that was somehow spilled on the floor. They spell the Russian word for wardrobe. It does seem to be an unambiguous pointer to you, Naruhodo-san, as you were sleeping in there. To be truly unambiguous, it should have just spelled out my name, don't you think? By the way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words, or word, in Russian. Which begs the question of who did write it. I mean, if he did write your name, you could take it as the last word pointing to you as his killer. At the same time, knowing you're a stowaway, putting wardrobe gets them to investigate the wardrobe and finds the stowaway. So... what else is down here? Ooh. No. Oh, that's just a desk. This is where Kazuma spent his final moments writing his diary. 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. Looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Looking at his writing here on the page, it's almost impossible to believe that he's gone. Kazuma-sama left us a valuable clue in these words, I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery now, Naruhodo-san. We will. Before we do that, anything else we can look at over here? Plate, knife, chair, sign. Look at that again. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. So by bringing her pet on board, Miss Pavlova has broken the rules. She called it her friend, didn't she? Yes, but we don't know what form this friend takes as of yet. I'm almost certain that whatever it is, it's inside the traveling case in her cabin. A friend. It's more to this than it seems, I think. Yeah. Alas, but we can't really dwell on that right now. Oh, instead... Brosanaga? Oh no. Oh no. Ah, you're back. Inspector! What happened to you? Your faces! Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches. Made by a bear, maybe? When I told the captain I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fists and then toss me overboard. What? But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. Damn, bro. I think he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin. Yes, so I understand. Oh! I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I don't think he was German, though. Airlock Sholmes. Ah, that explains it. Shall we compare notes, then? We can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it. Ah, love you, Brosanaga. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door. Oh, do you know who she is? Please, what self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel? Oops, I think I upset him there. Got a bit too worked up. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, at least. Oh? How? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Oh, now I definitely upset him. Sorry, bro. Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. Ah, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh, what? Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please. Alright, hit me. What is this new information you have, Inspector? It's this. The Bodia's medical officer has finished his examination of the body and managed to obtain the report. Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report. Kazuma-sama. So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae, is what's written in the report. His neck was broken. Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first I think they were considering poison. It turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing has been found as yet. The fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see. All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact at the neck could induce death. It's a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left. Poor Kazuma. I have a second copy of the report. It might be useful. You're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. Aww. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Where's the great detective now? Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, wasn't he? Yes, he seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. Then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now that you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish! Was all he said. Shoe polish? Wonder what he meant. It's when he was over there, by the piece of broken glass. Do you see? Ah, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think? Ah, yes, that must be it. But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. What is it, Suzada-san? Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue. Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red, then. Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him. Oh, does this mean this mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuffed on the floor? That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you. Poor Inspector. You look exhausted. Oh, no. Well. I feel terrible that I failed to protect the Sogi-san. It was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. A heavy head? It's interesting. My head's still throbbing, too. Really is such a beautiful color, this glass. It looks like whatever it was had broken clean in two. The other half is nowhere to be seen. And then there's this brick-colored mark, which is shoe polish, according to that great detective you seem to know all about. I suppose it must be from Kazuma-sama's shoes. Maybe. But what I'd like to know is, how could the detective be so sure that it's shoe polish and not something else? Because he's a great detective, of course. That's hardly a reason, is it? Yeah. We're not going to touch that one. Oh, hello. So this ventilator joins to Miss Pavlova's cabin. Yes, that's right. Just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it. The speckled band, as he described it. If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it, but she seemed just as baffled as we were. Yes. I wonder if she's telling us everything, though. I'm not sure. I know most people aboard would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. Okay, I think it's time for us to move. Ah, Look now, Naruhodo-san. Seaman Stroganoff is gone. Strong enough? The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us. Oh, all these Russian names are impossible to remember. Tra-la-la. Did you hear that? What is happening? It sounds like someone's singing. Tra-la-la-la-la, leave-a-leave-a-lay. I did it the great detective way. This caroling. I know that lark-like voice. Oh, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us. Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate. Definitely, before that stringy knot crewman comes back. It's Stroganoff, not stringy knot. Not strange enough. Hi. Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look! Wow, you never know where he's gonna turn up next, do you? He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. Tra-la-la, leave-a-leave-a-lay. I did it the great detective way. He's still singing. You think he hasn't noticed us? We're simply in extremely high spirits. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. Through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky Herlock was about. Excuse me. I solved it all, and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes! Ah, that's what's... What is it? You want to fight? Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing, and I was just about to reach the climactic finish. Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is as good a time as any. I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Right, I get the picture. Now could you put those fists away? Kid loves shadowboxing, Holmes. Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in the study of the ship's log as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here. Oh, yeah, the ship's log. Did you find out anything useful from it? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so... You truly are a student of the land of the rising sun, being utterly blinded by it. Sorry? Your logic, my boy, is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in this first-class passageway, and he has an almost religious practice of recording. Nothing to report every half hour. Oh, he writes that every 30 minutes? Nothing to report. Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet... the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. Do you mean... Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now. We can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing and nothing to report at the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. Ship's log has been entered into the court record / mental file. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. Indeed. Again, obvious, but not something you think of at first glance. Which realistically is the hallmark of Sherlock Holmes stories. Sherlock Holmes stories, not you, BBC Sherlock, and your Mind Palace bullshit. Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sholmes Sholmes. Ooh. Ow. Oh, what is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. It's a third person now. Well, my friends, until our next encounter. Must go now. He's still singing to himself. You can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in thought. It's just... well, I feel the same. Sorry? Ever since I woke up this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing. Oh, you too? And you doubted me when I told you that my head was pounding. I guess I was the one in jail, but fair enough. Anyone hanging around here? Nope, no one hanging around here. Just checking. Is Nico back? Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Oh, the case is open. Susato-san. Oh, where's she gone? Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things. It's not a moment to waste now, Naruhodo-san. Must investigate as quickly as we can. I suppose you're right. For Kazuma's sake. God, I love the animations in this game. Not just for Kazuma-sama. What do you mean? It can't be long now until we arrive at port. In Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there. Really? We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to. Yes, we will. Oh. We've won her trust. Well, I guess we might as well go in here. Naruhodo-san, are you there? Sorry? I'm right here, yes. Why? Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home. Never gonna live that down. Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know. Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes. I was really hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. Investigated thoroughly, but can't find anything out of place. Oh. What's this? We have this. There's one of these next to the bed in Kazuma's cabin, too. Yes, it's a bell cord. It's a bell cord. I can't resist. She barely hesitated there. She gave it a good tug, too. No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come. We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret. I was hoping for a maid to come or something. In reality, it's just Stroganoff coming through. What are you doing here? Get out. I ball you up and slam dunk you into ocean. This ventilator connects to Kazuma's cabin next door. Yes, although what a fool a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room. Ah, maybe. It's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm. Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning. That is a possibility. Anyway, last night, Kazuma wrote that he saw this speckled band coming out of this ventilator. This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin door has. With bolts drawn across, there's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside. Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it? No, and the door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from outside. It seals up perfectly, too. Stop any seawater coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through a crack around the closed door either. I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me. Yeah, fair. Ah yes, they're displayed in this cabin too, look. The SS Buria's Rules of Passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. I suppose Miss Pavlova realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friend, I mean. I wonder where her friend has disappeared to now. It's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine. I just hope Steven Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard. Oh, yes, so do I. All the books have toppled over together, look. Every single one. Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though. It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. Kazuma's cabin. Perhaps. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase. I don't know. Would you really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company? And literally swore off ballet for the rest of her life because it was mercilessly taken advantage of by a cruel ballet company? Alright then. Must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage. Not everything bad that happens in the ship is because of me, you know. Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here, too. I don't like seeing things in disarray. Okay, fair enough. Oh my! Miss Pavlova's case is open! It's completely empty inside, according to the great detective's great deduction. She was hiding her special friend in there. Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret. Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Buria. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there. More to the point, where is it now? Uh-oh. Ah! What's that? What? Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter-mile forward. Full stop. Hard to stop. All hands, brace for impact. Oh. What the? I think we're about to crash into another ship. What? I can't stand. Susara-san, hold on to me. Ah! Susara-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all? I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san. Well, well. Look at the bookcase behind us. Looks like we avoided a collision. I think. Yeah, the ship is coming to a stop. My goodness, what about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like Inspector Hosonaga. Is it you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door, quickly. What? The bolt? Well, well. Look at that. The door's bolted. Did you do that, Suzaru-san? No, I didn't touch it. That's strange. How did... And look at all the books. They're just like they were before again. Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in? I better tidy this place up first. Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery, at least, in a very vivid way. I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. Why aren't you going to end off this video here? Because I'm pretty certain that this next portion of the case is going to be the end. So at this point, we're getting pretty darn close to the truth of the matter. In that moment there, where he revealed the full emergency stop of the ship, sent us tilting sideways, so to speak. Sent everything askew. That's a major part of the mystery that we've just been handed to us on a platter. We've discovered the true identity of Miss Nikolina Pavlova. I suppose the last part of this mystery is figuring out just what Miss Pavlova's friend is, and what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama saw was. And then, of course, we're going to deal with the unfortunate fact that the suspect for Kazuma's murder has just been sneaking around in someone else's cabin without their permission. It's going to be a bit awkward, trying not to get crumpled up into a ball and thrown overboard. We'll see if we can we'll see if we can manage to avoid drowning next time. The Greatest Attorney Chronicles. Until next time, until then. Thanks for watching.